Hello, everyone. Welcome to Royal Black and Elite. I want to just come back really quickly and talk about this Karmelo Anthony case, as there are rumors that it has gone to the jury. Now, it hasn't been reported, but I am in Texas. I'm not far from Frisco, as a matter of fact. You all, Frisco is a city that is far north Dallas, and anything past Trinity River really is considered north, but even further north would be Frisco, Little Elm, the Colony, going into Oklahoma. So I'm trying to give you a vision of Dallas and kind of what that part of the city looks like. This is where a lot of the companies who move to Dallas go to. Plano, Frisco, that area. Very, very affluent and nice area. It is diverse in the sense that you have Africans there, you have Indians there, Asians there, a lot of white people there, but there's not a lot of ADOS there. And those are those foundational black people, right? FBAs, there's not a lot of them there. And so when we look at the makeup, when they say, oh, there are no black people on the jury, there are people who are of other ethnicities. And that's why they're saying it's diverse. That's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to give you a picture of what the population in that area is like. Now, throughout the case, the prosecution rested Saturday, and they called 21 witnesses. Most of them, well, all of them, said that it was not warranted what happened. So I just have to give you what the court was happening in court and being honest. And then one of the guys who said that Anthony was surrounded, which kind of gave credence to, well, he was surrounded and they were getting ready to jump him. Well, they found out he lied today, y'all, on the stand. They found out that his back was turned. And when he turned around, Anthony was surrounded because he had already poked the young man. So that's what the whole surrounded thing came from. You all listen, I'm talking to attorney friends of mine. I do believe this young man is getting ready to be found guilty. Get ready for it. Know that he may not, I'm thinking he'll probably get 20, 25 years. We'll see here very shortly. I don't think the defense really did a good job. If there was things that were happening in his life, like he was getting jumped at school, or if they had evidence that he even knew Austin Metcalf, which he did not know him. He did not know this young man. This was the first time that they had met. They said that they had asked Anthony to leave outside the tent 15 times before the incident happened. I was not there. I don't know what happened. What I do know is I like to speak beyond what happened with the Anthony case, and I just feel terrible for both families, especially the boy who lost his life. We can never celebrate death, you all, but what I do know is that he is like the third young man who come from an affluent black family, both mom and dad in the home, who has done something like this. And I've got some videos down below for you all to see. But sadly, I'm thinking, is the culture starting to have even a more prominent voice in these young men's mind than even mom and dad? Because both of them were raised with money. All these boys were raised with money, and they also were raised with a mother and father in the home. But yet, despite that, when things got heated, popped off, whatever happened in that tent, whatever happened with the Coolio case, whatever happened with the other young man who actually unalived his daddy, and daddy was a good father to him. I put that link down below so you can watch that story. What is going on with the culture has more influence, to the point that these boys are crashing out and taking their life into their own hands and truly losing their lives because they're ending up in prison for the rest of it. It concerns me. I do believe we as black culture, we have to stop fighting against others and look inward and start finding out what's going on in our houses. Is the music not appropriate? I felt for a long time it hasn't been. Is what the kids watching not appropriate? Is education having a problem? I do believe I can say yes to all of the above. And I think we can use this moment as a teaching moment. I know that it hasn't gone to the jury yet, but you all, I'm hearing that it has. I'm hearing that the defense will rest very soon, and that there is a very strong likelihood that this young man is going to be found guilty. And let me tell you something. You know, I don't want to see our city tore up behind this. I really, really don't. People are saying this is all about race, all about race. I don't know. I wasn't there. I can tell you in that area that there are a lot of white people and that there have been racial claims before. I have a friend whose friend's son was dating this girl. He was 18, she was 15. Her father found out. They found him guilty. They took him to court, found him guilty, doing 20 years for sleeping with a 15-year-old girl. So in that area, they do not have tolerance for black folk at all, okay, when it comes to any kind of crime. And so, can I say that the cards were stacked from the beginning? I can't say yes, they were. Was race an issue in the verdict? I don't know, because there are different races of people on there. They're just not white people. In fact, I think they said there's only 4 white people on the jury. All the other 8 are other races of people. So I don't want us to be the crash out dummies for this, y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want black people to take into the streets and marching up and down the street. This young man, because one thing they said at the very end, no matter who was testifying for Karmelo, one thing that they said was, is it ever legal to bring a pokey thing to the track meet? And every one of them said no. So he wasn't supposed to have a pokey thing there to begin with. Now, was he scared? Was he died? All these things. To me, if you scared, as soon as they told me to leave, I would have left. But that's neither here nor there. I don't want y'all down in the comments cussing me out. I want to be honest about us, y'all. And if we can't have this discussion, this is a great teaching moment. There's something going on in our community, especially when you're seeing all these teen takeovers, all of that. So if you have a great community and you want to see our community improve, we have a great community program, would you put it down below? I don't care where you are in the country. If you have a community that helps meet the needs of these kids, could you please put it down below? The reason is because, listen, y'all, it sounds like to me that parents need a bigger support system than just mom and dad, or maybe the track team or the football team. They need a bigger system of support. Will you be that system? So that's what I want to know. Those are the updates I have here from Texas. Y'all, as soon as the verdict come down, I will definitely go and do another video on this. But I want you all to tell me what you think. Lawyers are, weighing in. I'm not an attorney, nor do I claim to be. I'm a mother. I'm a Texas resident. I live right down the street from Frisco, and I've watched this case from the beginning. And so I want to know what you think. I'm more concerned not only about this case, but the cases of young black men coming from good homes doing these types of things. Are we doing the right thing in the black community? Will y'all talk to me down below? Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching another episode of Royal Black and Delete.